Elkhorn South head coach Guy Rosenberg has built a juggernaut of a program in Nebraska Class B football, winning 2 straight state championships. It wasn't easy, squeaking out a 42-41 double overtime win in the state semifinals over McCook and a 34-32 come from behind victory against Scott Catholic in the final. Rosenberg says that adversity definitely helps his young players coming up as they reload and go for 3 in a row in 2017.
I think that's real important with our culture of our team, of particularly the younger players that will be stepping into more prominent roles this year, of seeing, hey, okay, this is the way we do it, this is how we keep our poise, this is how we stay within the structure of what we do and find a way to finish. And so I think also it helps us out a lot with being in the playoffs and being fortunate these last 2 years of going a long way in the playoffs. It reminds me of with a college team going to a bowl game. You're essentially getting that extra month of practice. I mean, now it's with our team having played 26 games over the last 2 years. You know, a team that wouldn't make the playoffs, they're playing 27-3. So we're getting a chance to really work on the biggest parts of our identity on offense, defense, special teams. The same things that we're doing when we put them in install camp in June are the same things we're doing in November when we're getting ready to play for the championship game. So I think that just accumulating those reps has been invaluable in building what we've built here.
Senior-to-be athlete Moses Bryant has played a huge role in Elkhorn South's success over the past 3 seasons and is poised to have another great year in 2017.
It just feels like it was freshman year, and then all of a sudden now it's my senior year. All I notice is I'll be getting better, and I feel like the transition has been really good, and just got to keep getting better and better each time. So.
Well, he's just a guy that changes games, and he changes games at the biggest moments. I think, you know, when you look at last year's McCook game, last year's both the Scott games, again, he's a guy at the biggest moment that he stepped up and made a play within the context of what we do. And I think for him, too, just his humbleness is so key. I mean, here's a guy that holds the Class B record for career touchdowns. I think he's got 80 now, but I'm sure he probably wouldn't know that. Just when there's such a disparity sometimes in one guy scoring a lot of touchdowns, and we had fortunate enough to have some other guys score some TDs too, but there's not that resentment that could be in place when you have a guy that's such a star player. And I think that's because of the selflessness of his teammates and also the humility of Moses. Just the fact that he's there and he's carrying that flag out front, but thinks of himself as just one of the guys and doesn't expect any special treatment from his teammates. And so I think that's what really makes him truly special. Also, too, just for being a complete football player. I mean, when you look at the championship game last year, over 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving, 100 yards kick return, and then makes the game-winning tackle there essentially on the 2-point play at the end of the game. So I think that's just, again, being ready to play, being ready for that big moment, because you never know when it's going to be. We always talk to our players that, hey, there's going to be 10 plays within the course of a game. They're usually going to change the course, but you don't know when it's going to be. You know, it could be a kickoff return in the first quarter, it could be a punt return in the third quarter, it could be a 4th and 1 situation when you're on offense or defense, but always being ready for that moment. And I think that our whole team is that way, but especially Moses.
I'll definitely say I'm one of the leaders because I know those guys, they look up to me, and I look up to a lot of them too. And even some of those guys you're sitting that you saw right there, and I look up to those guys too because we all have a part on that team, and whatever we can do to help, we definitely show that. It's definitely going to take same thing as last year and even more. And I feel like this year we really have to get some guys to step up and be leaders and to show what they have, because I feel like we have a lot of talent on this team, and some guys just got to step up and show that. And it'd be like last year if that happens.
Like Coach Rosenberg said, Moses is all about the team and will do anything he's asked. Moses says most colleges are looking at him as a defensive back, although he prefers to have the ball in his hands.
I would definitely see myself as a DB because I feel like most colleges, they look for guys that can do it all, and most of those guys, they can shape in whatever position they want them in, and I feel like I can get a lot better at being a DB.
And right now, Moses is mainly hearing from 2 schools.
A lot from Iowa and UNL, and those are the two main ones right now. And to be honest, those are the two main ones I'm looking at too. And just keep working hard and getting some notice on those guys. And so, yeah.
Both Iowa and Nebraska have talked to Moses about what they want to see before they extend a scholarship offer.
Iowa did a lot, and they really went in depth with like what they want and all that. And they talked to me about school and everything. And I just gotta keep working in school. And I mean, unfortunately, I got behind, and that's not gonna make things better. So just gotta keep working in school. And same with Nebraska. They said the same thing. Just keep going, and you see it coming.
Bryant will be fun to watch again next season as the Storm go for the three-peat. Reporting from Elkhorn, Nebraska for HuskerOnline.com, I'm Greg Peterson.